the cornerstones of a viable society, fostering stability, economic prosperity, and social well-being. It creates strong family units that provide safe, nurturing environment for children who benefit from better health, education, and emotional support. It is often believed that married couples tend to be healthier, wealthier, and more responsible, contributing positively to their communities. The institution aims at encouraging cooperation, mutual support, and shared responsibility, which enhances societal cohesion. Welcome to 30 Minutes on NTA News 24. If you have not guessed it, we're looking at an institution as old as humanity, marriage. Our first report by Teresa Shonam chronicles the history of marriage as one of the humanity's oldest social institutions, telling us how then marriage primarily served to establish alliances, secure property rights, and ensure legitimate heirs. That was then. Teresa, how has marriage evolved over the years?
Many people believe the old age saying that marriage is ordained by God and that under no circumstances should it be broken, except in cases of infidelity. And even then, only if the pain cannot be forgiven, especially by the head of the home. That belief still holds strong in many parts of the society. But like most social institutions, the reality of marriage is far more complex than it seems on the surface. Let the crew take us on a compiling journey through the history of marriage in Nigeria. Finding reveals that the concept of marriage, as we know it today, was actually introduced through the Western European culture. The earliest documented marriage ceremony between a man and a woman dates back to 2050 BC in ancient Mesopotamia. Since then, marriage practices have taken root across cultures and continents. But the big question remains, does marriage truly have its foundations in love and religion?
God's design for marriage, number one, is for procreation. Number two is for vocation. Number three is for affection. And number four is for comfort and enjoyment of life generally.
If marriage historically happened to be something very good, not because of anything, to keep on reproduction, because if there are no marriages, if our father and mother did not marry them, we will not sit down here. If we did not marry, we will not have children. So the most important thing about marriage is to have children.
Allah mentioned in the Quran, فَانْكِحُوا مَا طَابَ لَكُم مِّنَ النِّسَاءِ مَثْنَىٰ وَثُلَاثَ وَرُبَاعَ. Marry whatever is nice for you of women of your own choice. You can marry 2, 3, or 4. If you fear that you cannot treat them fairly, they marry only one. So it's an injunction from Allah Ta'ala that this is how you should do it. And the Prophet ﷺ, as a model, did it, his companions did it, and we as Muslims, we are expected also to copy from them.
Meet Mr. and Mrs. Akogun, a couple who have shared their lives together for an incredible 54 years. They have been blessed with 5 children and 14 grandchildren and counting. Then there is Mr. and Mrs. Abbey, who have been journeying through 27 years of love and partnership. They too have their own reasons for staying strong in their union.
1, respect. In every area of life, reciprocal respect. Respect is reciprocal. Once you have it in the marriage, you go far. Then you know that deep down, you have no choice, nowhere to go to. This is the person you love. That love was what started the whole relationship. You love your partner. You won't like to hurt your partner. And you show him respect all the time.
Fear of God, though. Because you are very mindful. That's for me. You are very mindful. Because I don't want to have issue that I want to pray and find it difficult. My conscience is just troubled and all of that. So I quickly want to, that's why it's easy for me to say, I'm very sorry. So I just want that everything so that it can be easy for me to flow. Because I won't flow. I can't survive it. I can't survive keep holding grudges. I can't survive it. Not even just with my wife, with anybody at all. Hey, no, I won't survive it too.
Endure. I use the word right communication, if you understand, if you remember, I use the word right communication. Being calm means also using the right communication method. When somebody is offended, somebody has offended you, there's a way you go about it, not necessarily by shouting or by raising your voice, pulling down the house, looking for trouble or breaking things, but being calm to assess the situation and to know what to do to remedy it and not to spoil what is already about to get spoiled.
According to couples, love, commitment, and patience are key ingredients. With this, they say marriage becomes something to enjoy, not merely endure.
Marriage is meant to be a blessing and not a curse. It's meant to be a blessing because even the Bible said it's a marriage is honorable. If something is honorable, then it's a blessing. It's not supposed to be a curse, it's not supposed to be a burden, it's supposed to be something that anytime you think about it, you are happy, you are fulfilled.
First, you have to be prayerful. It's God that will give you patience. Because sometimes things happen in the marriage that you lose patience completely. You think it's not worth it, which is what is happening today. The young people now don't have that patience at all. But if you are prayerful and you really love each other, you learn how to be patient with your partner.
Religious leaders also weighed in, offering spiritual and moral insight on what marriage truly meant.
Emotionally, you will be stable. Whenever you are together with somebody you cherish, somebody you love, somebody you are always urgent to see, you have that emotional stability, which will lead to peace within you and within the family. And there will be no transfer of aggression. When somebody goes out to the office, if there is peace in the house, at home, if he is or the family is emotionally stable, then it will rub off positively on wherever he goes. There will be no transfer of aggression.
Make God a priority in your marriage. Make God a priority in your marriage. Let the basis for which you marry be because you want to glorify and honor God. Number two, make your partner a part of your every life. Make your partner a part of your every decision. Most people get married and they don't tell their partners anything about themselves. So it's important that your partner gets to know everything you're doing because you're not going to be here forever.
We also took to the streets to hear from everyday Nigerians what keeps their marriage thriving. What are the secrets behind long-lasting unions? Do they prefer the Gen Z generation or the old-time generation?
In my own way, our mothers tolerated a whole lot that I can't really. We are educated, for heaven's sake, so we know what is right and what is wrong. For me, I enjoyed my marriage. I enjoyed this, my century marriage. So I would say my own time, it's better than our mother's time. Although, yes, our mothers, they tried. They tolerated a lot, but this time around, I know there's a lot to marriage than Yami and my mother, my father, and all.
I married for love. So I think marriage is all about love, communication, tolerance. If you can tolerate each other, because marriage is just two people with different opinion, with different mindset, different, everything is different. Just learn how to tolerate each other.
In those days, when people marriage, they procreate, they have more children. But new generation marriage now, they will just say, if I have two children, even one, Some people tell you, we don't marry because we want to procreate. So like in my family line, we are 7. And now you cannot give birth to 7 children because of the economy. So the economy in the whole generation was far better than now.
I'm not saying that the Gen Z people are not trying their best to take care of their home or anything, but you can't compare it with our mothers those days, because if you look at it, the way our mothers trained us and the way the Gen Zs are training their children now is not the same thing.
While some admit that marriage is far from bed of roses, the real question remains, is the journey worth the sacrifices?
Companionship, and 2, someone that will be there for you no matter what. That's someone that will stand by you. Marriage is not all about I want to answer that name that I'm married. It's just that you yourself, you know that I have this person that will be by my side no matter what. The person, I'll survive with this person, and the person will be there for me in everything I'm doing.
If you truly want to be married, marry for love, marry for commitment, marry for bonding, marry for oneness, marry because you cannot do without this person. Yes, people can marry for several reasons, but the important one is marry for love.
And here's another interesting one. Should couples still go on dates? Even after many years of marriage? We asked, and the answers might surprise you.
It's too important because it spices the marriage, it renews the bond. There's so much it does, honestly.
In the end, the message is clear. Young couples need guidance, wisdom, and real world advice to navigate the ups and downs of marriage. Because even in toughest moments, there is a way through together.
Thank you, Teresa. Despite the complexity of marriage, it is indeed an important institution for humanity. Next, Thomas Ogbetere will help us understand why marriage isn't an assignment but a beautiful journey of love and growth. Why is marriage often misunderstood as a task to be completed, a checklist item on life's to-do list? He sought inputs from religious leaders as well as married couples.
In both Christianity and Islam, marriage is viewed as much more than just a social arrangement. It's sacred. Pastors, marriage counselors, and many married couples describe it as a covenant of love meant to reflect God's bond with humanity. Similarly, imams and Muslim scholars speak of marriage as a source of peace, mercy, and mutual care. Across both faiths, there is a shared belief that marriage is a journey that helps people grow through companionship, compassion, and shared responsibility.
That was God's idea of marriage. That man and woman should come together and they should live together as one. One direction, one purpose, one vision, one way traffic. And God made it clear that if we have man and a woman living together, there must be a head. So the direction of every home will lie with every man with input from the woman.
Marriage is beyond the ordinary. It is an obligation. It is a social obligation. It is what anybody that is sane and normal, and you have the means, and you are above age, you can reason correctly, should be involved in.
A lot of things makes it sacred because it is called marriage. It is not just giving birth to children. It's beyond giving birth to children. It's coming together of two people, abandoning wherever they are coming from, whatever they have known in the past, whatever they think they know, whatever they think, and getting to be one.
Of course, as a contract that it is a social, both social and legal contract between a man, a matured man, and a matured woman, for the purpose of procreation, for the purpose of companionship. That is the basis of marriage in Islam.
And from the Christian point of view,
Marriage is a sacred institution because marriage is one institution that belongs to God. God himself instituted marriage in the Garden of Eden. The first couple was Adam and Eve, and marriage is not a contract because it is an institution of purpose. God saw some deficiency, a particular great deficiency in Adam living alone, and said it is not good for man to be alone. So I will give to him a helpmate like him.
From a religious perspective, my understanding of marriage is a contract, a sacrifice between the two people, two different people from different background coming together to be one. And that's my understanding.
Experts are quick to point out that treating marriage as a finish line, a goal to achieve, can lead to disappointment. Marriage isn't a destination, it's the beginning of an ever-evolving journey. The more couples accept this, the stronger and more meaningful their bonds become. Real connections comes from choosing each other daily, growing together, and letting go of the pressure of perfection.
So when love is involved in every marriage, there is nothing the devil can do. And what is love? It is kindness. It is forgiving. It is merciful. It is joyful. It is peaceful.
As the man is expected to be mature, to be considerate, and to be firm. The woman is expected to be respectful, to be tender, and to listen.
You need to have the understanding that you are different from that person you are getting married to. Learn to understand that person for who he or she is as you go into marriage. Learn to understand what he likes. Learn to know his weaknesses and strengths.
My happiness is in my hand. You understand? I don't expect you to come and make me happy. I am the one who should make myself happy. So I go all out, knowing that this is my family, this is my husband, this is my children. I want it to work. So whatever it takes to make it work, not minding outsiders, I will do it.
At its core, marriage goes far beyond the ceremony or the title of husband and wife. For those who feel called to it, marriage is a sacred partnership that shifts and deepens over time, a beautiful mix of laughter, sacrifice, joy, and even hardship.
A lot of beauty in marriage, So we believe that the young people should be encouraged to get married. Don't get married for TV sake, for ceremony sake. Marriage is not that day. Marriage is the journey.
The two people in marriage need to know that marriage is a learning curve. Marriage is a learning curve, and it is a journey to eternity.
And it's not just going into a relationship. You must understand the temperament of the man. Is he a man that throws things? Does he break things when he's hungry? Does he get aggressive when he gets angry? So when you see those things and you go ahead with that kind of attitude and behavior, you should definitely know that there will be dangers ahead, because there will not be any way where we will not upset each other.
Forgiveness, they say, is one of the most important ingredients in a lasting marriage. No relationship is without bumps. Misunderstanding, mistakes, and hurt feelings are part of the ride. Choosing to forgive or to ask for it helps couples reconnect. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a choice to prioritize peace over pride.
Nothing is so beautiful, all right, in life, okay? Because if I don't quarrel with my wife, should I come and quarrel with your own wife? So we must have our own issues. But we should know how to strike those balance to bring the whole thing back together.
Learn to accept mistakes if you commit one. Learn to say sorry and apologize where you made mistake. As head of family, you don't raise shoulder that you are under me. This woman is under me. I cannot apologize. I don't do that. I even apologize for what I don't know. I do apologize for what I don't know or what I did not do. just to bring her down.
The best way to resolve a conflict between you and your partner is for you, as a man or a woman, to just say sorry. When you say sorry with whatever happened, I think it gives way to resolve that conflict. And bearing in mind that it will still happen. And when it happens, definitely you come together, you understand yourself based on the existing relationship between you and your partner. You resolve it amicably.
So we must have that attitude of forgiveness, mercy, and peace in the home. Everything is not about throwing plates. Everything is not about slamming the door and getting angry.
Patience is just as vital. Marriage is full of twists, changes, and seasons that test us.
Because this, every woman should know. I love you, I love you. No woman can love. You don't have the capacity to love. As a woman, it's not your duty to love, it's your duty to submit.
A woman will be there, ready to submit all. But men on the other side will decide to look here and there, thinking and assuming that the beautiful ones, those days that we will say are not yet born, to them the beautiful ones are now here. How will you be in a man's house? A woman cannot even feel free enough to talk to the man.
I think you are hurting the other person. In the process of hurting the other person, you are also hurting yourself. And it has been found that those that are aggressive in marriage, those that are cheating in marriage, those that are violent in marriage, it is what they have inside of them that is being poured out. When the Prophet ﷺ was asked, when Jesus ﷺ talked to in his own time, talked to his people, that why is Isa ﷺ always patient? He told them, he said, everybody spend from what they have in reserve.
If we're convinced that we love ourselves genuinely, we're not going to suspect one another. We will trust one another. That even if my husband makes a mistake, I know it's genuine, even if I've told him. Because there are many things we need to know. Marriage is not for the faint-hearted. There is nothing like unresolved issues in marriage. You know why? Because two cannot work together except we agree. If you agree, both of you agree to solve that problem, you will not say it's not resolved. The only thing why the problem will not be resolved is that one person is saying, I can't resolve it. The other person is saying, let us resolve this issue. And the moment you resolve it, it does not mean that that issue will not resurface.
Another piece often forgotten over time, romance and affection. Long-term couples sometimes slip into routines and let this part fade, but keeping the spark alive matters. Experts encourage making time for intimacy.
And no two men are the same. Another thing is, don't bring an ideal marriage into yours. In fact, don't bring your parents' marriage into your home or your friend's marriage into your home. Just understand the fact that every marriage is unique.
Faith leaders and counselors also warn about involving third parties in marital conflicts.
So I'm still saying that marriage does not have a method. We're different people, and there's bound to be challenges, there's bound to be quarrel, there's bound to be misunderstanding. And what is important is how you settle it. Settle it inside where there's no third party.
Solve matters yourself. You see, the truth of the matter is that marriage is a mystery. It can only be unraveled by God.
In the end, a strong marriage is built on love, respect, trust, communication, shared values, and real commitments. It takes work, humility, and courage to grow with one another. As one couple beautifully put it, marriage isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about choosing someone and building a life together again and again in every season. End of quote.
For those who are called to it, marriage can be a beautiful experience, a unique journey woven with moments of joy, challenges, and growth, and sometimes laced with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Therefore, stakeholders insist marriage demands commitment beyond obligation. It calls for empathy and resilience and continuous effort. It is not about completing a task, but about nurturing a bond that evolves over time. Those who embrace this perspective find that marriage becomes a source of deep fulfillment, personal growth, and unwavering companionship. In essence, marriage is not an assignment to be checked off the list, but a beautiful, imperfect, and rewarding experience for those willing to invest their hearts and souls. Thanks for watching. I'm Lydia Samson.